Hello, my name is Jason. I was inspired by this person, her name is Anne, to create this series in order for me to become a better speaker and to be more comfortable with talking in front of a camera. So it's kind of ironic because I'm a content creator and this is what I do full time. I'm very grateful for it, but it's something that I need to work on, especially when it comes to just talking in front of a camera straight with no script, no edits. So this is the goal for this whole series, and I am posting it on my main channel. I was thinking about starting another channel just for this, but I don't know. It feels like I should be focusing on one thing, and if I can experiment on a bunch of different stuff on one channel, I think it would be more beneficial. Although I do think about it going the other way around, but I don't honestly care if this whole series negatively impacts this channel. I think that it will benefit me and it's going to be worth it in the long run. So I saw her video on my suggested. It's titled 31 Days Speak to Camera Challenge to Gain Confidence, May 2024, Day 1. And I thought it was a cool idea. So I was like, I'm going to join it. I'm going to do the same thing. Although I'm not going to be following exactly what she's doing, because the way she's doing it is every single day for the month of May, since there are 31 days, she's going to be talking about a certain prompt for about 5 to 10 minutes. And the rules that I wanted to do is for these videos to be at least 10 minutes long and for there to be no edits. She doesn't have any edits in her videos, but this is just what I want to do. And it's pretty interesting because I get to look back on these videos, see what I need to improve on, and then try to improve the next video. And I get another set of eyes. I don't know how many eyes are going to be watching me just talk to myself, but I get other people watching and then they can give me tips or whatever. So you're going to be seeing more of my true personality come out as time goes on, which is very interesting because not many people know my true personality. And I feel like this is the most that people have seen me talk. People are going to be surprised because there are some people that I know that do know about my channel. I don't know how many of them actually watch my videos, but they're on the scripted side and they're more polished, more edited. There's a bunch of different B-roll, A-roll stuff, but this is just raw, authentic, and real. I get to talk about whatever I want, and those are the only two things that I need to worry about. They need to be at least 10 minutes long and unedited. Preferably, I would want to improve each time. So maybe as time goes on, I will have things planned out on what I need to improve on and what to talk about, just in case I do end up drawing a blank, because that will probably happen if I do this a lot. I have some experience with this, not exactly this, but I do talk to the camera, just expressing my thoughts and feelings. It's a form of journaling that I do, which is something I want to talk about more in the future. So there's a bunch of different things that I can work on right now, which is first and foremost, eye contact. I need to look in the lens a lot more instead of just drifting back and forth. I need to be more comfortable and more expressive, and I need to work on my gestures. My gestures are kind of weird, so I could study up on those, maybe look at different people speaking and try to, in a way, mimic it and implement it to where it would fit me. So her first prompt for the first day is, give me a second, introduce yourself and provide a brief history, then explain why you are working on this challenge and what you hope to gain from it. I've already brushed on the second part of that prompt, but I guess a bunch of people don't really know who I am. They just know me as a person who does tech. So again, my name is Jason. I am a full-time content creator. I love what I do. I am so grateful for being able to do this opportunity to I guess have income for doing what I love, and to get this chance to inspire people, motivate people to create as well. Because there's an endless amount of possibilities that you could do with social media and YouTube. I didn't start off like this though. My first job was at a retail store, and I worked there for 3.5 years. I did not like retail at all. I knew that retail wasn't for me going into like jobs and stuff. I didn't go to college or anything, but I worked there for 3.5 years. I did not like it at all. Pandemic hit. I still kept working because I was just about to transfer into another job, which was for like car detailing. But then the pandemic hit, so I got laid off from that. Like literally, I only got to work for 3 days, and then they were like, nope, COVID. And yeah, so I worked at the store for a little bit longer. I quit, and then I took like a little career break rest period thing for a year. And then I got a job at my local bakery shop for a little over a year. After that, I quit my job and I went into content creation full time, and I've been doing it for about a year now. It's been pretty much a year. So I'm still at the start of my journey, even though I've been creating content for years now, well over a decade, to be honest. It's just, I haven't really taken it seriously. I haven't seen it I haven't viewed it as a business until maybe like the past year or two. And it was only until the past few months where I've really taken it seriously. So yeah, I'm still in the baby stages, and I really do want to become better speaking in front of a camera. That's why I am doing this. So I hope to be better at expressing my feelings, my thoughts, my opinions, so that I can not only help myself, but also help others. And it's beneficial for others because if I can do those things very clearly, in ways that people can understand them, I would be able to, I guess, motivate and influence people so that they can also create and do what they love. And I could also teach people so that in ways that they understand, right? So that's basically it. I am a rambler, but it's kind of on and off. There are days where I can just talk on and on and on about a subject, and there are days where I just draw blanks and I can't think of anything to say. So, and then there are times where it's a mix of both in one sitting. And I kind of want to go back on that thing where I said I used to do this to journal. I actually still do this, not as frequently, but I used to do this a lot. But I'm gonna really quickly go into the 3 ways that I journal. The first one is just your traditional standard pen and paper. So I would write down my thoughts on a journal. Now I do it digitally. I have an app called GoodNotes on my iPad with the Apple Pencil, and it's $10 per year. And I'm saying this because the journals that I buy are not cheap. They're $20 per journal. And you may ask, why are they $20? Well, I tend to gravitate towards the really good quality products, or the best of the best, which is not very good for me financially, but I really love high quality products, and I use fountain pens, so I need paper that don't bleed through. So they're going to be thicker, higher quality paper with those more expensive journals. And I go through at least 2 of those every single year. So that's $40+ in comparison to $10 per year. And you get pretty much unlimited journals. As long as you have power on your iPad and an internet connection sometimes, then you should be fine. And so far, I haven't had any issues with using GoodNotes. So the second one, my second form of journaling is just typing. So I either use my MacBook, my iPad with the Magic Keyboard, or my iPhone. And I use either Apple Notes or Notion. And those are the two apps. I literally just, same thing, write down my thoughts, but it's just typing. And there's less friction just because I can type faster than I can write. So sometimes it's better than writing, but I do really love writing. It's super fun to do. Last but not least is what I've talked about already, which is this. So talking in front of a camera. I like to set up a camera sometimes and just talk. Again, I believe that journaling is just expressing your thoughts in some sort of way. So if you do it verbally in front of a camera, you're still technically journaling, right? And most of the time, I do it in my car while I'm driving. So instead of listening to music, I talk. I have a phone mount that's on my windshield. I attach my phone there, turn on the camera, point it to me, and then I start recording. And then I just talk about anything. My personal life, my goals, things that I'm going through. And it helps a lot. It helps out a lot. And there are things that I can't practice when I do that because I have to be focused on the road. I have to be focused on driving. I have to be very attentive, and I have to make a bunch of micro decisions. So I can't really focus on doing eye contact. I can do gestures somewhat, but like you're kind of limited because you have to be holding the wheel. And then there are times where I just completely stop my conversation because I have to be focused on a decision that I have to make, and then I would forget my train of thought. But yeah, that's why I decided to just briefly talk about my 3 ways of journaling, because I consider this as a form of journaling. So yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about today. If you want to follow along for the journey and see how much I've improved, then make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment, and maybe join me on this journey. I'm not the one who came up with this, but I think it would be very beneficial for all of us if we all just learned how to communicate a little bit more effectively, right? So one last thing that I wanted to bring up that just came to my head is that now that I've mentioned that, this is not the first time that I'm talking to the camera. So as you can tell, I'm not super uncomfortable just being like, I've sort of worked it out during those hundreds, dare I say, thousands of hours of me just talking to myself. But as you can tell, I still need a lot more improvement. And I think that this is something that needs to be practiced regularly. So yeah. Okay, thank you. My food is ready. Okay. Thanks for listening.